Hello, this is Rick and welcome to the Excel 2010 course, and this is week number 6, and this is part 2 of 3 parts for week number 6. And today what I'm going to run through in this lesson is the creation of a Gantt chart. I wanted to quickly remind you of my website. It's www.10minutetrain.com, and all the tutorials and class materials will be posted out there. And also, here's some other sites here too, like you can go directly to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/10minutetrain, and all the other ones are posted here if you are interested. So thanks for joining, and I'm going to jump right in here. What I've done here is I've created a list of tasks. I've created a start date for each task, and I've created a duration of each task. So with that said, this is like an example of, say, sending out a bid for a construction project, right? The steps are: prepare the request for quote, submit it to vendors, evaluate the vendor quotes, then negotiation takes place, and then finally a contract signature and project kickoff. So with that said, in order to create a Gantt chart, what I'm going to do is just click here in the spreadsheet. I'm going to go to Insert, and I'm going to go to a bar chart, and I'm going to do a 2D bar stacked bar. Okay, you'll notice it just pops up. It's a blank chart at this point because I didn't select any data yet. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and right click it, and I am going to choose select data. And then for the data that I'm going to select, I'm going to go ahead and say add. And the series name is I want to do the start date, and then the series value, I'm going to click right there, and then I'm going to select the start dates from start to finish here, and I'm going to say OK, and you see what happens. It put them all there, and it just numbered them 1 through 5. So I'm going to say OK, and now I'm going to go ahead and add a second series of data, because now I need to associate the duration of those task with how long they take to do. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to do the series name here will be duration, and then I'm going to click down here in the series values, and I'm going to go ahead and select those, and now you can see that you've got task 1 through 5, and you've got all these bars over here. You'll notice right off the bat that some of these, or they all are like this. They have blue filled in the bar until you get to the red part, and the red part is actually where the project starts, or that task starts. So you really don't want the blue section here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click, single click on one of the bars itself. Then I'm going to right click and say Format Data Series. And I'm going to go to the fill section, and I'm going to say no fill. And I'm going to say OK, and now you see that you got a nice clean chart. But now we still need to clean it up some. We probably don't want this over here, because I'm going to go ahead and highlight that legend over here, and I'm just going to delete it. And then what I want to do is I want instead of having a number here, what I would like to do is have what it's doing, right? Contract signature, or prepare RFQ, or whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the chart again, and right click it, and I'm going to go to select data, and then for the start date I'm going to have that highlighted, and then I'm going to go to edit, and I'm going to edit my axis label range. So what I'm going to do now is, instead of having 1 through 5, I'm going to do these tasks, and then I'm going to say OK. And now you see start date has these associated with it. Now I'm going to say OK, and there you have it. You've got prepare RFQ, submit to vendors, and you'll notice that it's backwards from what you would typically see in a chart. So how we're going to fix that is we are going to, again, actually we're going to go over here to the vertical axis here. We're going to single click it to select it, and you'll see a border will come around it. I'm going to right click it. Let me do that again. I'm going to right click it. I'll get it one of these times. I'm going to right click it, and I'm going to choose Format Access, and I'm going to go over here and I am going to choose the box that says categories in reverse order. Click close, and there you see you have it. Now you have the start up here, prepare RFQ, submit to vendors. So now it looks like it's a nice neat order, and now I've got the dates over here. So what I probably want to do there is highlight that axis, the horizontal axis, and I'm going to right click it and say format access. And the first thing I want to do is make it so it's readable. So I'm going to go to number, and I'm going to go to the date format in here, and I'm going to change it, instead of having a year in there, I'm going to change it to just month and day. And it should be much easier to read now. And so I can also go over here, and if I want to, since it doesn't start until April 1st, if I could change the axis, I can change the minimum from auto to fixed, and I can change that number. You'll notice it is in number format rather than the actual date. So how to tell what number that is? We see it goes from 41,340 to 41,420. So in order to figure that out, you could go over here, you could highlight the start dates over here, right click it, do format cells, and I could go to the date here, and I could change it to number and say OK. And there you see it goes from 41,365 to 41,409. I'm just going to go ahead and reverse that back. Okay. So now I could go in here, highlight that axis, right click it, and now I could go in here to fixed, and I could do 41, I think it was 365, right? So I'll do 41,360, and now I'll say OK. And now you see it starts at 327, or I could change it to 41,365, which should be April 1st. So that's how you can change that, and of course you can extend it to make it longer here. And finally you can, let me add a title real quick. Let me go ahead and go to chart tools, go to layout, chart title. I'm going to do it above chart, and I'm going to call this my Gantt chart, G-A-N-T-T. I'll just leave it at that for now. And then that's really what I wanted. Oh, one other thing that I wanted to show you is what you can do is just highlight this again, right click it, copy it, put it in a Word doc, put it in a PowerPoint, wherever you're trying to copy the chart to. And thanks for joining. Appreciate it.